Going live tonight. Welcome to the show, guys. Pro Se Legal School. We provide the tools, you do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and we're starting out the show with a little shit. I messaged JD in the beginning, actually like 10 minutes before it was time to start, and he messaged me. Excuse me. This before it was time to start. Now, my message to him was let him know I wasn't going to put up none of his shit tonight. So his message to me was that he had some shit for me to put up with tonight. So we're a couple minutes late because I went over it and blocked his ass. So there you go with that. Anybody that wants to come and be an idiot, it's going to get blocked because we don't have time for that. Now, I will answer your questions. I don't have a success rate, case redact or not. Yeah, JD, sound like Mr. Hater Attorney Man. And the funny thing is that haters can't keep their mouth shut very long. There you go, JD. Don't want to be ya. So if you're not here to learn and get something done, then you're wasting everybody's time, including mine. I'm Coach Neighbors. Got the name right here on my shirt so people can see that, because if you are interested in getting in my coaching group and you invest in a product, if you invest in a product, you have a good chance of getting in the coaching group. You need to friend me on Facebook to my Facebook page, Guy Neighbors. And you can take advantage of the coaching and Messenger. Everyone that comes into the group, they spend some time in Messenger so I can make sure they're up to speed before they get into the group. And then I can also make sure they're not haters like JD here, the guy with the big mouth. So that he's not here anymore. So missed a day in the week, and I didn't realize that we was already here. So we've been pretty busy working on the website. We updated the website, updated the YouTube channel, and when you go to the YouTube channel now, you will see the updated instructional videos on the updated instructional. Okay, you'll see the instructional video playlist first thing on the page. On the home page, so you don't have to go hunt for that anymore. And when you go to my website now, you'll see a little more information about why we do what we do here and how we get it done and what you need to know about getting it done. So we've been updating everything all over the place. So you guys let me know what you think when you go and check it out. Now, we're about to get started here. Hey, Gino, welcome to the show, buddy. We're having it on Sunday night tonight. Had to spend some time with my grandkids yesterday, and I didn't get this stuff done. But I have priorities. I'm here on Sunday. So we're going to roll here, since we get everything lined up. Okay, let's get rolling. So we provide what you need to stop the legal fraud and corruption. We're just going to call it corruption. We're going to stop the legal corruption. We provide what you need to stop the corruption, the legal corruption. Yeah, that's going to be my new little phrase there. We're going to change to that. Welcome, John. Welcome to the show. Now, we're bringing fire to the table tonight, talking about stuff everybody can do, because I'm sure everybody's going to have to it's going to have to strike the judge's order. Strike the judge's order. Strike the judge. Literally. No, not literally. Okay. Y'all know when to listen to me and when not, right? So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Oh, we're also going to talk about what I would do instead of amending. If I had to make a change, I would not file an amendment. I would do this, and I'm going to show you what that is at the end of the program here. I'm also going to show you guys how to search on my YouTube channel for the different things that you need to look up. Like, for instance, if you need to look up how to state a claim for relief, I talked to a young man about that today. You can go to my YouTube channel and search that in the search bar and pull up all of the videos that have those words in the title. So if you need to learn how to smack the, how to smack, okay, y'all know what I'm saying. Now, one of the things I wanted you guys to do, if there was many people that was coming to the show tonight, was to look up the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and write down a few of the things that that they say that they're claiming in the Federal Procedure for striking, for filing a strike. We don't call it a motion. We call it a demand to strike. And then one of the things I asked you guys to do also, if you read the intro, was to come up with your reasons why, the best reason that you can come up with on why you should strike the judge's order. And then if your reason trumps mine, then I will give you something really cool. So that's how we do it. But you can't beat me too much. You can't beat me too. Okay, never mind. Dude, if you can do it, do it. I don't mind. Because this is how we learn. We learn from the real-time feedback from the people in that group. Yep, that coaching group. I think we're like 700 and something people now. And that real-time feedback is what we use to structure what we're doing and change the program or whatever. Now, I posted in the intro a little code about, that you would use if you're going to, that you would use if you're going to structure a motion to strike. So basically what I'm saying is the insert that I put in there had to do with the conventional program, and it referenced state. So we're going to talk about that. It referenced the statute that you would use if you was going to file a motion to strike. But so if we file a demand to strike, I don't use those statutes. I don't feel like, So here's the thing. When you come to the table with the facts, the statutes don't have no play in. They never get around to the statutes. If you got the facts on the table, the statutes they ain't going to get to the statutes. Okay? I'm just telling you. Now, one of the things that their statute says is that you can strike irrelevant matters in the pleading. Irrelevant matters. And I'm just going to say, when we get to the end of this, you'll see that it's like a huge play on words. Hey, Lori, welcome to the show. A huge play on words, and we're going to talk about that too. So I don't like to have all of these rules and all of this stuff getting in the way, in my way. So I don't roll that way. If I'm going to file a demand to strike, I wouldn't worry about irrelevant matters. I would strike the whole thing, because the whole thing's irrelevant. The judge's order is irrelevant, and we're going to talk about why. And striking a pleading, and that's what it says. Striking a pleading. That's what it says in the statute for structuring a motion to strike. They reference it as a pleading, and so that's really interesting. So a pleading is something that's filed in the case, right? Pleadings are filed in the case. That's pretty much a given. Everybody agrees with that, right? Okay, so the judge's order is a pleading, right? Yeah, it's a pleading, pretty much. Laura, you could respond to my question right here, and I'll post it on the thing on the screen there if I feel like it warrants that. And so that's how we do that. Now, the question that I asked in the intro, you needed to email that to me so that I could keep track of who was first with the right answer, if that's what you're talking about. But we're going to move forward here. Now, it also says here that you can strike any pleading that's not drawn in conformity with the laws of this state. Okay, so let me tell you what the problem is with that. The laws of the state. The state statutes are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. Okay, we went over that, so I won't get stuck on that. Okay, but I will tell you this. The laws of the state, in my opinion, are the federal laws that have been watered down. They water them down so that the state can take advantage of you a lot easier than they would if they, So the state statutes are federal law, just watered down. So how we get around that? Well, we file federal case law in state court. The 42 U.S.C. 1983 Civil Rights Lawsuit, people are filing it as a claim in state court. The same, we're not changing. The only thing we're changing is the top to reflect state court and not federal court. And then the case number, obviously, you're going to have a case number. But that's about it. The rest of that federal. Okay, no, they don't like that. They complain and whine about it. But here's the thing. There's no difference doing that than there is filing Supreme Court case law in either one of the. You can file higher case law in the lower court, but you can't go the other way around. And see, that's the beauty behind what we've learned how to do here. Okay, so when you respond to the attorney's state crap in state court with your counterclaim or your state lawsuit, they're not going to be able to respond to what you got because they they don't know federal. And they would have to. Everything's getting a little complicated up in here. So none of these, when you guys none of what they're doing is legal, and it doesn't fit into the law. So you can strike the pleading that's not in conformity with the state law. Well, I wouldn't worry about that because most of the pleading the state law is crap anyway, so they twist it all up to, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I would be more focused on making sure I'm following the federal laws and make sure they're following the federal laws as well. The last thing you want to do is give them opportunity to drag you in their court using their statutes that are watered down to allow the state to get the upper hand on all things. I put all things in there because it sounded really cool. Okay, sorry. Now, striking the judge. I don't, this is something that everybody should be doing. Now, if you're lucky enough to be in the group, I posted one document in the group. I think it was the demand to strike the attorney's notice of appearance. Oh, yeah. You can strike a lot of stuff. I put that in the group free. So people can copy and paste it and use that whenever they need to. Now, I have a document to strike the judge's stuff, but I need you guys to just make your own because you need to stop worrying about all of these statutes and case laws and all of that stuff and just use the information that you got, that you invested in to build what you need. That's what you need to do. And I would stop worrying about connecting my demand to strike to their statutes because you don't need to. When you demand to strike, they're not going to ask what statute you're bringing it under when you used the fire that you learned here. I would use their liability issues spelled out in the lawsuit to demand to strike the judge's order. Hell, there's so many things in that lawsuit. You can file 20. You can file 20 or 30 demands of strike for each thing. Okay. Yeah, but you can if you want to. Now, I had this conversation with a person earlier today. Was arguing me that the judge's order was not a pleading and it was an order. And so what's filed in the case? Pleadings. Okay, well, the rules didn't say pleadings and orders. It just says pleadings. But, I don't argue with people too much. If people want to argue, I'm thinking that they've been working with more people than I've been working with, and they have a better plan. So you guys can see where we're headed with this striking the judge's order. Now, I had another person contact me today, and we talked for quite a while. And that person filed their own lawsuit that they put together themselves, and obviously they moved to dismiss it for failure to state a claim, which is their go-to package for doing that. And I have probably 5 or 6 videos on my YouTube channel teaching you guys how to do that, or you can go and Google it yourself and learn from scratch like I did, and then you would understand. So how to state a claim is pretty simple. And that's the number one go-to. So, and we'll talk about that when we get to the section where we're going to talk about the how to mend. We'll talk a little more about that. So what are some of the reasons that you guys come up with that you'd move to strike the judge's order? File demand to strike the judge's order. So some of mine would be, and you can just type in the chat window if you have an idea on what you need to file, what the best way to strike the judge's order. But I think my number one, I have maybe 2, but I think this one would be the number one reason why I would move to strike the judge's order, because this is like, this is right down to their bone. So number one reason why I would move to strike the judge's order is because the judge failed to include in his or her order or in her ruling the facts of finding and conclusions of law. That's the reason why I would move to strike the judge's order. Without the facts of finding or conclusions of law, you're in their administrative court that's not connected to the Constitution, and they don't have to give you shit, and they don't. And that's pretty much it. My number one reason, because the judge did not include the facts of findings or a conclusion of law, and a conclusion of law, or a conclusion of law, whatever. Now, here's the problem with that. Without a fact of findings and the conclusions of law, you can't appeal shit. You can't appeal a damn thing. You can't. You can't appeal. And we're going back to the play on words and how the program is structured. Program is structured, not for you. So there you go with that. I'm sure you all figured that out by now, or you wouldn't be here. So without the facts of finding and conclusions of law, the judge's order should be stricken and not only stricken, there's something else that you need to do with the judge. And we'll get to that at the bottom of this in just a little while longer. Now, without the 2 facts of finding and conclusions of law, you're in administrative court. You're in an administrative court. And this is why we just go straight to suing their asses and don't worry about trying to file, respond to. No, you're going to add the state, you're going to add the judge, the prosecutor, or the attorney, a police officer. Yep, all of those people that are getting paid by the state, the one that's coming after you. It's the state. It's not the lender or if you're in criminal, it's pretty clear it's the state because there ain't nobody else. Welcome, John Wilson. DJ had to go. Y'all probably saw the one post that he posted on here. Yeah, he's been just barely able to contain himself. So I think he came out. He's probably a bar member and just looking to cause trouble. So I got the magic finger and I stuck it right in his. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I don't put up with drama and I don't put up with people coming to my stream talking crap. And one of the posts that he asked tonight, we'll go up here and I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, he posted this tonight. Oh, no, that's not what I posted. Yeah, JD posted this tonight. And we're not talking about how to file your own federal lawsuit, how powerful it is. Yet I won't share my success rate, redact or not. So, yeah, JD was a sorry hater because no one's redact. Okay, no one's going to say that unless you're one of their professional haters. Because, redact means stuff blocked out. But, I got no problem answering anybody's question. So just in case he can figure out how to get back on and watch this video, I don't have any success rates. That's up to the people doing this. And their rate depends on how much homework they do and how serious they take it and if they're scared or not. There's a lot of things that play into that. So anybody that has half a brain, if they really wanted to know, they could talk to the people that's right here in this feed that's using my stuff that's saying positive things. And there's been quite a few of them. So, and there was also Nikki Ross who posted a video about how my property eliminator package was used to force somebody to get their deed removed from the office and force them fools to deliver it as mandated, and they didn't even have to file a lawsuit. So, yeah, that was pretty stinking good. So I don't put up with no crap. If you ain't here to learn, then you're gone. And so that's the way that goes. And there's a few other things that they don't put up with that we're going to talk about at the end too. But we're going to stay on track here. So other reasons strike the judge's order. Conflict of interest. I like that one. The judge is getting paid by the state. The prosecutor is getting paid by the state. The attorney is getting paid, by the state. And when the attorney gets your ass to sign a plea deal, the attorney automatically gets a $3,500 assistance of counsel bonus. That's what they call it. And if you don't believe me, if you're stupid enough to have an attorney, sorry, I didn't mean take it personal. Go ask him. Go ask him. And when you ask him, you make sure you look right in his eye or in her eye, okay? Because you won't be able to tell when they're lying if you're not looking. Oh, wait. If you know that they lie when their mouth's moving, you'll be able to tell when you hear their voice. Okay, sorry. So conflict of interest, no jurisdiction, no injured party, no damage to property. So the judge don't have judicial authority to be up in anybody's So and we need to remember to use your facts. That's kind of like what we used to tell our kids, use your words or stop yelling. Use your inside voice. Okay, sorry. Use your facts. Now, this is going to be fun. We're down to the amendment part. Never file an amendment. You should never file an amendment if you're on my team, okay? And I'm going to tell you what you need to do right now. So I made some of y'all wait till the end for this, okay? If you have to amend your complaint, you need to do this. Go to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Scroll down to the section where the rules are on amending your complaint. And then scroll down to the very bottom of that section for amending your complaint. Right before the little tiny ass words, at the very bottom, down there near the bottom, you'll see it says supplemental pleading. Now, how did I find this? When I was helping my sister, my friend, we needed to figure out a way to get to change to not amend, to change the whole thing without them, because they tried to get all them rules and So supplemental pleading. A supplemental pleading can be filed in a case as long as you either add a count or a party or both. So you can file a supplemental pleading and, there's one more thing. And the count and the parties have to be connected to the original reason why you're there in the first place. I think that's about it. So y'all can look that up. And if I missed something, let me know, because I didn't review it, because it was pretty cool when I found that. And so what we did was, they found all this stuff they want to whine about. And they actually had filed a motion to dismiss my amended complaint because they thought I was going to file an amended complaint. But no. We came in with the supplemental pleading, and we added a count to it, and we added the attorney's wife. We added the attorney's wife to the supplemental pleading. And the reason we did that, because we already had the attorney's wife on there when we filed the lawsuit in federal court, and when the state court, they was really mad about that. But then the federal court judge kicked her off and put her husband, the attorney, on it. So we filed a supplemental pleading, and we added the wife and the magistrate judge who kicked the wife off. And we also added the federal judge who handed the stuff down to the magistrate judge. Because the magistrate judge has no jurisdiction, no authority, no legal authority to be involved in your case without signed consent from all parties. So the supplemental pleading came in, and boy, just blew them clean out the water, because they was not ready for that. Now, if you need to change it, there is no rule that says you can only file one supplemental pleading. There's no. When you're in this fight, you should be going to the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and reviewing the rules for the process that you're in, especially if nothing's happening and they're stalling or they're still trying to get you out while they're ignoring your stuff. There's certain reasons for that. So you should be going over to the rules and making sure that they're following them, because I'm pretty much sure they're not going to be following them. And you need to know what you need to be following. So, and while we're talking about the rules, 2 sets of rules. Okay? You got 2 sets of rules. You got the Federal Rules Civil Procedure that everybody's supposed to be following, and then you got the local rules. The local rules are the rules that the bar members came up with, and they want you to use. But they don't use them. Actually, they use some of them. They use some of the local stuff that speed things up so that they can get your ass through their system faster. Well, I don't know what your name is, Facebook user, because in order to for me to know who you are, you have to go here and give StreamYard permission to use a username. So, number one, I wouldn't have been talking to the clerk about filing, to asking her if she's whatever. I would file it, and then if she rejects it, then I would add their asses to your lawsuit. So, number one, if you understand what the filing requirements are for your state, I can guarantee you that everything that you're doing fits in those requirements. Okay? the filing requirements. She was rejected due to your style. So what are you going to do about it? That's pretty much what it comes down to. They do this stuff to people all the time, and nobody does anything about it. Okay, so Facebook user, don't tell me what the clerk said, okay? Because I don't really give a shit about, no offense, but I don't care what the clerk said. So don't waste my time telling me what the clerk said. What you should do is remember what we're talking about here and get it done. Christina Contreras, welcome to the show, Missy. So I like your question. So why wouldn't you not be able to strike a judge's order in unlawful detainer? I mean, you can strike a judge's order in anything. But if I was facing unlawful detainer, I'm thinking you're near the eviction process. So anything you file in that court is going to sit on the table until the judge gets the eviction people all over to your house or throw your shit in the yard. So that's the way that. I have several videos on how to attack the eviction process. Now, I'm just going to throw on the table here how this works for a minute. So when you go watch the video, maybe you understand. I'm hoping you'll go watch the video, not just take the 3 words that I say and roll with it. But in order to stop the state court eviction process, we have found that you must file your lawsuit in state court. Your 42 U.S.C. foreclosure offensive, yeah. You got to file it in state court after you add all of the people that we said, including the eviction fools, to it. You cannot stop eviction process by filing in the eviction court, because basically what you're doing is you're allowing those fools that's trying to steal your shit, you're allowing them to police the situation. So, you can do whatever you want, but that's not going to help you stop the eviction process. The only way we found to stop the eviction process, and it's kind of a hit and miss because some people talk too much to the clerk and talk too much to these fools in court like they're your friend or they really care about you, and they don't give a shit about you, and they're taking everything that you say and they're getting ready to stick it somewhere. I'm just saying. They make notes on your file, so when you go to court, they already know you're scared, you was talking about this, and you're running out of money, and your attorney ain't helping you, and all that stuff. People throw up on the people in the court all the time, and those people in the court are not there to help you. That's why they're dragging your happy ass in there so they can take your stuff, so they can figure out if you know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, hey Tiff. Yeah, I don't care, Tiff, what the clerk says. Okay, and until you figure out and jam it in their face, they're going to tell you that shit to make you go sit down, stand down, and give up. Anything that's filed in court must be tailored to the state's filing requirements. That's it. And when you look those up, you'll find out that those requirements are very damn vague. Oh, and so the rules that they're saying, no, those are the local rules that the attorneys put together that violate your due process and your constitutional rights and everything else. So I don't follow those rules, and if they kick my stuff out of court for that, then it's time to address the problem, because that's what you learn how to do here. You're not going to get anywhere going sitting down while they're kicking your ass. So here. I didn't say the attorney's hiding. Yeah, young lady, you put a good beat down on these people, and to be honest, I was a little worried in the beginning of this, and a lot of it had to do with the language barrier. I know there's a language barrier here, and I remember you've done an outstanding job. You have done an outstanding job. And that's why I sent you that little surprise that I sent you in email the last time we talked. Great job, young lady. I'm glad to have you on my team. Well, I think I'm glad to be on your team because I'm just hiding out. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, that guy wanted to know how many. I'm not telling anybody. Well, I don't have to. I'm telling you guys how to kick these people's ass yourself. Okay, I don't have to worry about how many wins and how many. Because here's the thing. If what I'm doing here, if what we're doing here wasn't making a difference, oh yeah, there'd be a bunch of people other than just that one ass hater attorney talking crap. And they wouldn't just be talking general crap. They'd be saying, hey, I filed a 42 USC, whatever, and, yeah. So, but I don't. And so I have the best reviews of any legal service that I know. So, and if anybody thinks that there's one with better reviews, bring them to the table. And it's funny, JD, I should have just invited him to make a fool out of himself so I could beat his ass down, but I don't have time for that. So I just fingered him. He's gone. Hit the road, Jack. The supplemental pleading. Yeah, that's going to be a wonderful tool that you guys will be able to use when you need to change something. So things can be changed without them thinking that they are going to get to have a say in it. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. The 42 USC 1983 foreclosure offensive lawsuit package, the DYI package, has been upgraded to contain a little more firepower, punching power. That will definitely add some fun to what you're doing. And I'm going to make a video tomorrow to go over those. Now, with that said, please do not email me asking me for the updates because I don't do that. I don't have time to send everybody updates that I made along the way, especially when what you got is working just fine. I'm just saying. If what you got wasn't working fine, then probably we should have been talking a long time ago, because if it's not working fine, you're not doing something right. No offense. I'm just saying. So that package has been updated, and it contains a few more things, and the things that I put in it are stuff that I made when I was helping my sister. My friend. And I never got around to adding them because I was so busy. So I'm going to add those, but please don't contact me asking me for updates because I don't have time to send those updates out to everybody, whatever. Okay, when you made your investment, you got what you invested in. The updates are stuff that we learned after the fact or whatever. Now, if I had staff and I could do that and figure out a way, I'd say gladly, okay? But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what they are and all about them, and then you can make your own paperwork for the updates. That's what I'm thinking, because that's what this Pro Se Legal School is about. It's about learning how to structure your own stuff. It's about figuring out your non-conventional legal strategies that you need to stop the legal corruption and fraud that we all face anytime we get dragged into court or they come find us before they drag us into court. Now, one of the things I want to tell you guys, when you're watching my YouTube videos, if you watch the video till the end, you'll get a link to, and I think I'm going to put that link in the beginning of the video to my website. So I got people who watch 5 minutes in the video, and then they're calling me. Well, I really can't help you until you understand what we do, until you've been to the website to look at your legal options, until you invested in one of those options, until you went to the instructional video playlist to watch the updated instructional videos and the instructional video for that lawsuit package. And then if you have a question, you can message me on Facebook then. Because that's where I do my coaching. The new people have to friend me to Guy Neighbors Facebook page, and then when I see you, we can communicate in Messenger. And if I feel like you're on board and you understand what we're doing, and I can put you in a group without you getting lost or asking the group to help you, then you'll be in the group. But that's going to be my call. But I also want to say that when you invest in my program, you're investing in the educational material that you get at the download, and the download goes to your email address connected to your payment method. If you don't see the download, then you should check your spam or whatever. If you can't find it, then that's a good reason to call me. If you can't find your download and you looked, that's a good reason to call me. Now, please, 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 please do not call me while you're driving. Okay? Do not call me while you're driving. And I'll tell you why. People driving, if I call you and you're driving, you better tell me I'm driving, coach. Call me back at another time, or I'll call you back or something or whatever. Okay? Because I can talk to you for 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever while you're driving, and when you get to where you get, you're going to park and you're going to come in the house, you're going to call me again and have me tell you everything that I said all over again. And that's not going to work out very well. I don't like to say the same shit over and over. I'll just tell you that right now. I don't like to say the same shit over and over. I get a little grumpy because I think either people aren't listening, they're multitasking, they haven't done their homework, and I could go on and on, but I don't want to do that. We're going to go and see what Gino has to say. What mistake did you make, Gino? And it's nice that you said once. Because I tell you, some people don't get to make that mistake once without the stuff getting thrown out in the yard. Now, if you're in my program, then you can make a mistake and you can recover from it because you got the real fire at the gate. Oh. Tino said he called me while he was in the car. Okay, so he's living proof that I oh, okay. I hope it wasn't too hard on you, Gino. So I mean well. And at the end of the day, some people get a little grumpy with all my rules and my stuff. Like I don't like people calling me for the lawsuit packages. If you need to contact me, you can communicate on Facebook, and then I can get to it when I see it because I'm pretty busy doing stuff. He says he's still recovering. Okay, man. You get it together. I'll try and be a little, I won't say softer because that would be bad. I'll try and be a little more considerate next time if that happens. But I try to catch that, and I do have signs. I actually started a live stream one time just out of the blue, and this lady called me while I was doing the stream, and I was like, "What?" So I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I just saw your live stream. Come on, I almost wrecked my car. I had to pull over to the side of the road." To the side of the road. So I reminded her that she could watch the whole thing when she gets home because it's recorded. So yeah, there's other people that make bigger mistakes, I guess. So the other thing is too, I don't like people sending me stuff. I don't like people sending me screenshots. I don't like people sending. Oh, definitely do not send me your legal work. I do not want to see your paperwork. If you have questions, even if it's the paperwork you got from me, I don't want to see it unless I ask. If you have questions, then you need to be able to articulate those questions with your words. Because if you can't, I don't know if you understand what the hell we're talking about. Okay? And that's one of the main reasons why I do that. The other reason is I don't look at people's stuff. I don't look at your stuff. I don't want to review it when you're done. If you have questions, they should be asked before you are okay. So you get where I'm going with that. Now, this is something that this next one is something that I shouldn't have to say this. I shouldn't have to, but I've had this problem twice. and it was with someone who spent $1,500 on one of my packages, and I almost just kicked them out and gave them their money back. I hate to give money back, but okay, so here's the problem. Please don't lie to me. Don't lie to me that you watch the updated instructional videos or the instructional videos for the lawsuit packages when you ain't watched shit. Okay, don't lie to me. If you do, now this person lied to me and then in the next breath asked me what to file first. So those of you who those of you who've been putting up with me for a minute can just kind of think how that went down. Yeah. So yeah, no, that was not. So you're gonna lie to me that you watched the instructional videos when you ain't watched anything, and you're looking at going to prison. You're looking at jail time, and you're gonna lie to me. And the reason I have the instructional videos and the stuff for you so you can get your ass to the gate, the reason I have that because I don't have time to explain all of that stuff to everybody. I don't. I'm not an attorney. I'm not charging you guys all of the money in your bank account. So I don't have time to do that. That is why it's up to you to watch instructional videos, to update it. I have people calling me or they messaging me, oh, you have 500 videos. I know. There's not 500 videos in the instructional video playlist. And if there was, you better get your happy ass over there and start watching them. Because there's only one way to do this, and that's the way that I got laid out that we're doing it. I'm not doing it any other ways. People call me. They want me to help them with the mess that they got created already, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've got 2, maybe 3 phone calls in the long period of time that I've been doing this from someone that filed their own lawsuit and did a good enough job to where I could actually help them correct a couple of little things that was the problem. But most of the time, and the main thing was failure to state a claim. That's the main thing that most people miss. The other thing most people miss is you got to have something in there that explains the intent, the mindset of the perpetrators. That has to be in there. These are little things that attorneys have in their attorney rules and wording that most people never see or find. And that's where and they don't tell you, they're supposed to tell you why they're throwing your shit out, but they'll just tell you it's a failure to state a claim and for relief, whatever, but they're not going to say that it's that stating a claim is ridiculous and that they just added that in to make everything complicated, and it's really easy to do if you spend it. I'm not going to tell you none of that. I want you guys to check out the website. It has a brand new look. And the YouTube channel also has been updated. The instructional video is right on the home page, so you don't have to go hunt for it anymore. And that's how I know people ain't watched the damn thing, because it's right on the home page. As soon as you open up, it's right there, right underneath my picture. So, so you guys go and check out the my new look for the Pro Se Legal School on my YouTube channel, and I'm also in the process of setting up a Shopify store on my YouTube channel, and we're still in the process of, we're in a lot of process. We're still in the process of getting the website set up with online courses. So eventually, all of my lawsuit packages are going to be online courses on my own website, so that no one can kick me off unless I want to kick myself off. No, I can't do that, because if I kick myself off, it's going to be a problem if I kick myself off, because then I'm going to have to go to this website and get some papers to serve on myself. And here is my website. Or my email address in case anybody would like to ask me a question or communicate with me there. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. And the video will be posted tomorrow about the updates on the lawsuit package. Peace.